Hi everyone, this is Christy Muro, and in today's video I want to share an issue that a customer reported in SAP Business One. They noticed that when selecting an item in a sales order, the item description was empty, even though the item master data did have a description. So let me walk you through what I found, why it happens, and how to fix it. The customer complaint was, when I choose an item in a sales order, the item description field stays blank. But when we check the item master data, the description was there, so something else was wrong. After digging into the issue, I found that the customer had a format search assigned to the warehouse field in the sales order. This format search was returning an empty value. And because of this, the warehouse in the sales order remained blank. But here is where things got interesting. While testing, I noticed something. For some items, even if the warehouse was empty, SAP still showed the item description. But for other items, the description stayed blank. So what I found is that SAP behaves differently depending on whether the item has a bill of material. So here is what I found. If the warehouse is empty and the item does not have a bill of material, SAP will populate the item description in the transactions. But if the warehouse is empty and the item has a bill of material, SAP will not populate the item description. And this explains why the issue looked random. It only happened to items that had a bill of material. So I'm going to show you how I can replicate this issue. So I'm going to go and create a sales order. I'm going to use one of my items. And as you can see here, everything acts normal. I have an item code, an item description, and a warehouse. Now I'm going to assign the format search to the warehouse. Right now I have this format search, so I'm going to go to queries, warehouse, and as you can see here, this format search returns an empty value. So I'm going to assign this format search to the warehouse. So here I'm going in the warehouse, I'm going to press Shift Alt F2 and I'm going to select the query. And I want to auto refresh when the item number is selected. So click on update. Okay, so here I'm going to select the same item. And now the system is showing me a warning that I need to enter a valid value in the warehouse because my format search is returning an empty value in the warehouse. But at this point, I still have the item description. Now I'm going to create a bill of material for this item. So I'm going to go to modules, production, bill of material. I'm going to click on new. I'm going to create a bill of material for EBU 200. And I'm going to click on add. Okay, now that I have the bill of material, I'm going to select the same item here. And as you can see here now, I don't have an item description. But if I select, for example, the EBU 300, which I don't have a bill of material, still I don't have the warehouse, but I do have the item description. So basically the issue is when the warehouse is empty and you have a bill of material for this item, SAP is not going to populate the item description. But even if you don't have a warehouse in the transaction, but the item doesn't have a bill of material, SAP will populate the description. So basically the error will happen to items that have bill of materials. So the solution for this issue was to fix the format search in the warehouse so we always have a value in the warehouse. The customer had a different version, but I tested this in the SAP Business One version 10, feature package 2508, and basically we have the same behavior. I hope this helps you troubleshoot similar issues in the future. Thank you for watching.